Hey there, fellow viewers. Today, I want to talk about something that's truly fascinating: psychological facts. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is going to be a dry, boring lecture, hear me out. Understanding psychological facts is crucial in navigating our daily lives. It helps us understand why we behave the way we do, why others behave the way they do, and how we can use this knowledge to improve ourselves and our relationships. Think about it. Have you ever wondered why you feel anxious in certain situations? Or why you're attracted to certain types of people? These are just some of the questions that psychological facts can help answer. But don't just take my word for it. Throughout this video, I'll be sharing some mind-blowing psychological facts that will leave you with a new perspective on yourself and the world around you. So buckle up, get ready to learn, and let's dive into the world of psychological facts together. Here's the 10 psychological facts most people don't know that will blow your mind. Number 1. Spotlight effect. Ever feel like everyone is watching you? That's called the spotlight effect, where we overestimate how much people notice and care about our behavior. For example, the person walking into the room may feel like all eyes are on them, even if other people are going about their business and not paying attention. This may cause them to feel self-conscious, anxious, and even embarrassed. This means that we often feel more self-conscious than we need to be. This can lead us to feel self-conscious and overly concerned with how we are perceived by others. Number 2. Dunning-Kruger effect. Ever met someone who thinks they're great at something, but they are actually terrible? That's the Dunning-Kruger effect, where people who are incompetent in a particular area tend to overestimate their abilities, while those who are skilled tend to underestimate theirs. For example, a person who is not very good at singing may overestimate their abilities and audition for a singing competition, while a person who is a skilled singer may underestimate their abilities and not audition because they doubt themselves. This is because people who are incompetent often lack the knowledge and skills necessary to accurately assess their own abilities. As a result, they may be overly confident in their abilities, while people who are skilled may be more aware of the gaps in their knowledge and abilities. Number 3. Confirmation bias. Do you only listen to family or friends that match what you already believe? That's confirmation bias, where we seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs. For example, Emily is trying to decide whether to break up with her boyfriend. She only talks to friends who are supportive of the relationship and ignores the opinions of those who express doubts. She also only seeks out information that confirms her belief that her boyfriend is a good match for her, such as his positive qualities, and ignores information that contradicts this belief, such as his negative qualities. Confirmation bias is the tendency to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs, while ignoring or dismissing information that contradicts them. This can lead to a distorted view of the world, as we may only pay attention to information that supports our beliefs and ignore evidence that challenges them. Number 4. Hindsight bias. Ever make a decision that turned out badly, but you feel like you knew it all along? That's hindsight bias, where we see events as more predictable than they actually were. For example, Mark is a college student who is struggling to choose a major. After he graduates and looks back on his decision, he thinks to himself, "I should have known all along that I would be successful in business. I was always good at math and problem solving." However, in reality, Mark had no way of knowing what his future success would be, and he simply made the best decision he could with the information he had at the time. Hindsight bias is the tendency to believe, after an event has occurred, that we knew it was going to happen all along, even if we had no way of predicting it. This can lead us to overestimate our ability to predict future events and underestimate the role of chance and randomness. Number 5. Cognitive dissonance. Ever feel uncomfortable holding to beliefs that don't match up? For example, if we believe that smoking is bad for our health but continue to smoke, we may justify this behavior by telling ourselves that the benefits of smoking, such as stress relief, outweigh the risks. That's cognitive dissonance, where we feel tension when we hold conflicting beliefs or behaviors. Cognitive dissonance is the discomfort we feel when we hold to conflicting beliefs or values. This can lead us to rationalize or justify our behavior in order to reduce the discomfort. Number 6. The bystander effect. Ever witnessed an emergency but felt like someone else would take care of it? For example, in a crowded public place, a person may witness someone collapse but not intervene because they assume someone else will take action. That's the bystander effect, where people are less likely to intervene in an emergency situation when there are other people around. This is because everyone assumes someone else will take action. Number 7. The illusion of control. Ever feel like you can control events by doing something specific, like wearing a lucky shirt or performing a ritual? That's the illusion of control, where we believe we have more control over events than we actually do. For example, someone may believe that they have control over the outcome of a coin toss by using a special technique to flip the coin or by making a certain wish. In reality, these actions have no bearing on the outcome of the coin toss, which is determined purely by chance. The illusion of control is a psychological phenomenon where people believe that they have more control over events than they actually do. This can lead individuals to overestimate their ability to influence outcomes, even when there is no logical reason to believe that their actions will have an impact. Number 8. The mere exposure effect. Ever find yourself liking something more the more you see it or hear about it? That's the mere exposure effect, where we tend to develop a preference for things or people we are repeatedly exposed to, even if we don't consciously realize it. For example, you may start to prefer a certain brand of smartphone after seeing advertisements for it repeatedly, even if you don't consciously realize that the advertisements have influenced your preference. This is because familiarity can lead us to perceive something as safe and predictable, which can be comforting. Number 9. The halo effect. Ever make assumptions about someone's character based on their looks or job title? That's the halo effect, where our overall impression of someone influences how we perceive their individual traits. For example, if you meet someone who is very attractive, you may assume that they are also intelligent and kind, even though you have no evidence to support those assumptions. The halo effect is the tendency to form a positive impression of someone based on a single positive trait, such as attractiveness or intelligence, and then generalize that impression to other areas. Number 10. The sunk cost fallacy. Ever find yourself continuing to invest time, money, or effort into something that's not working just because you've already invested so much? That's the sunk cost fallacy, where we feel like we have to keep going because of what we've already invested, even if it's not worth it. For example, imagine that someone has been in a long-term relationship with a partner who is no longer making them happy. Despite this, they may continue to stay in the relationship because they feel like they have already invested so much time and energy into it. The sunk cost fallacy is a psychological phenomenon where people feel obligated to continue investing in something such as relationship because they've already invested a lot of time or effort into it, despite it no longer providing emotional satisfaction. Now that you know these 10 psychological facts, you can better understand your behavior and make better decisions. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and share with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.